Time check is 8 on the dot. As I said, the Black Stars, they are playing sometime next week on the 17th. They take on Panama. And then they take on England and Croatia. Yesterday, we had a look at Panama, right? We learned a few things about them, their tendencies, the things they usually do, how they play, how they attack, how they defend, so that listeners will get a very good idea of what to expect from Panama, right? And then you can also look at Panama and almost kind of predict, maybe not predict, but like become quite familiar with the way they operate in terms of football matches, so that when you are having chit chats with your friends and all, you can point to some patterns and all of those things. So that's what we did yesterday. We spoke with Coach Kwabena Danso, and Coach Kwabena Danso has joined us again this morning. He's a CAF licensee holder and a video analyst, and he'll point out a few things concerning England. Today we want to switch attention and talk about the Three Lions of England. They were World Cup quarter-finalists in 2022, World Cup semi-finalists in 2018, and winners of the World Cup way back in 1966. Coach, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Nathan. I hope you're also fine.
Yes. We are fine. Thank you. And thank you once again for joining us. So yesterday we closed the chapter on Panama, but we'll come back to Panama maybe in a week's time or something. After Ghana has played against them, whatever the result is, we'll come back and analyze the game and see where we got it right, maybe wrong, and where we can improve. But today, we are going to talk about England, the Three Lions, coached by Thomas Tuchel, hoping that this World Cup will be a very good World Cup for them. But they are in our group. We play against them in our second group game. Your thoughts on that? Let's zoom into the presentation. I don't know how you are approaching it, but please, you have the floor. Let us know how you want to approach this England topic, and then we'll pick it up from there.
Okay, Nathan, good morning once again, and a very warm welcome to our viewers on Facebook and then our listeners out there. So, as you rightfully said, yesterday we had a look about Panama and then how they play, everything about them. Today we are focusing on England, the Three Lions, as you rightfully said. Nathan, as I was preparing this presentation about England, I saw a video on the internet about Thomas Tuchel and how he was speaking in the technical meeting to his players. Quickly, I took down some notes. In fact, there is that video that I'm going to show it to our viewers on Facebook for them to, see what really happened at the technical meeting. But Nathan, football, all coaches will tell you that we have 4 fundamentals of football. 4. The fundamentals of football is 4. The first one is the tactical. Mm-hmm. The second one is the technical. The third one is the physical. And then the last one is psychological. So these are the 4 fundamentals of football. The tactical aspect, the technical aspect, the physical aspect, and the psychological aspect. Looking at the video that Thomas Tuchel did with his players at the technical meeting, clearly it was all about the psychological aspect. He was eating into their psychology. He was eating into their psyche. And I think that would be the first video that we are going to show, and then probably we'll talk about it, because it carries a lot of information for Ghana to know the psychological makeup of this English squad. So in a jiffy, I'm gonna share that one so that we can see and then listen to Thomas Tuchel.
Very important. Just straight away speak about it. The mission, the target of this mission is clear. Second star on our film. The point is, guys, I want to arrive here. There's nothing for the thing. I want to arrive here on top. And if it's being happened, we're not happening over the moment. And now already, this will become a great end.
Now, Nathan, I hope you heard it.
Yeah, very interesting. He says He says
very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, he says they want to
very,
leave
very,
the
very,
World
very
Cup
interesting.
with a second star on their shirt.
Yes.
But he also says that it will be a tough journey for them.
And I would like to take it word after word. If you read the first one, he says, and for me, it's very important that we just speak about it. In fact, he's not going to beat about the bush and tell them, oh, maybe we can't. No. He's going straight, telling them what their plans are. As in your intro, you said, he has inherited an English side who in 2018 played in the semi-finals. In 2022, they played in the quarterfinals. If you extend your argument even to the European Championship, the last two editions in 2020 and then in 2024, England played in the finals, losing to Italy and then to La Royal of Spain. So in the last maybe 5 or even 6 years, when it comes to international club football, one country that has been consistent up there is England. Even though they've been unable to win something, they've been very, very, very competitive. And then they've come in for Thomas Tuchel, thinking that he can take them to the next level. So he's not going to bluff and tell the players that, oh, come on, if we get to the quarterfinals or the semi-finals, this is good. No, he's telling them that we must speak about this and let's continue with it. And then let's listen to what he said after that. He said, just straight away, speaking about it. The target of the mission is clear. A second star on our set. The target of the mission is clear. Listen, this is just like maybe the military going on a mission. And then their commander will come in front of them and give them the target of the mission. Thomas Tuchel in front of the English guys is telling them that, guys, listen, the target of this mission is clear. It is a second star on our set. That is non-negotiable for them. So he's eating into their psyche. He's psyching up the players for the task ahead. And Nathan, just look at the body posture of the players. Look at their faces after the manager said that. Have you seen their faces?
Yeah, they look really...
Have you seen how focused they are?
Yeah.
Have you seen how much they are following whatever it is that the manager is saying? So clearly, the manager decided to eat into their psychology. And he's showing them up there. He says that I'm not even going to talk about the win. If you zoom in and look at what he's written up there, it is 2 words. The first one is Mount Everest Summit. Mount Everest Summit. And then the second one is 2 stars. So he's telling them that, guys, before we can get to the second star, we must climb up to the summit of Mount Everest. Nathan, do you think it will be very easy for you to climb up to the summit of Mount Everest?
No, it's a very complex thing. That's why not a lot of people
very complex.
Have been able to.
So he's telling the players that, yes, we want to win the second star, but don't you guys go and think that it will be a walk in the park. No, we are going to climb to the summit of Mount Everest, and that is a difficult task. So I want to arrive with the toughest group in the world. He's telling his players that they must be tough because the road is going to be bumpy. There will be obstacles in the road, but they must be tough so that they can get to the summit of Mount Everest. And after he said that once again, looking at the faces of the players, looking at their body posture, their body orientation, everything points to the fact that the players have fully bought into whatever it is that the manager is telling them. So that is the psychological aspect of the game. Nathan, you can never take it out. As I rightfully said in my intro, football hinges on 4 fundamentals. You cannot focus only on the tactical side, it won't work. You cannot focus only on the technical side, it won't work. You cannot base only on the physical side. No, you must add all of them. The tactical, the technical, the physical, and then the psychological. And I think that this is a psychological video of Thomas Tuchel trying to get into the minds of his players. Moving on. Now, we know that England will be playing against Miami United. And I would want to touch more on that game before I get into their tactical makeup. Nathan, the game against Miami United is called a scrimmage game. A scrimmage game. And I would like to explain what a scrimmage game is. Nathan, in football, when we say a scrimmage game, just like boxing, it will be called a sparring session. So in boxing, what most of the boxers they do is that maybe in periods of their training, they will decide to bring in an opponent, maybe someone who fights very similar to the opponent that he will be facing.
Yeah.
And then there will be phases of the sparring session. They can decide that, okay, this 10 minutes, I'm not going to attack you. You would rather attack me, so I am going to defend for 10 minutes continuous. Just like Floyd Mayweather did just before he fought Manny Pacquiao, he brought on Errol Spence Jr. for that sparring session. And Errol Spence Jr., all he was doing was attacking Floyd Mayweather because Spence is a southpaw. Manny Pacquiao is a southpaw. So Mayweather decided to bring on Errol Spence, who is a southpaw just as Manny Pacquiao, to try and attack him, and then Mayweather will defend. So that is it. That is the sparring session. And in football, it is called a scrimmage game. So the England against Miami game is not a normal 90-minute game, no. But it's a scrimmage game where maybe in sessions, England will decide that the first 10 minutes, we are defending. We are working on our compactness. We are working on our defensive shape. So Miami United attack us, and then they will attack. If they attack and then they score, or England makes a mistake, Thomas Tuchel will whistle, they will come back, and then they will redo it so that England can correct themselves. In periods, England will decide that, okay, we want to work on our set pieces. That will mean that Miami United go and defend. So England will attack them through the set pieces, and then they will work on those things. So that is the scrimmage game. So if you've heard that England will take on Miami United just days before the start of the World Cup, it won't be your normal 90-minute game that you know. But it will be a scrimmage game. The game that will be a normal. So that's just an explanation that I wanted to give so that we can, understand it. Now let's move on to the squad analysis of England. Nathan, after Thomas Tuchel brought or announced his squad for the World Cup, there were a lot of talks in town. Many people felt that there were some players that he left behind that should have been on the plane to America. But Thomas Tuchel said something that moved me. Nathan, I hope you remember, he said he's not taking the most talented 26 players to the World Cup. No. Rather, he's taking a balanced team to the World Cup. A balanced team to the World Cup, not the most talented squad to the World Cup. And Nathan, once I heard that, I decided that, okay, let me look at the England squad. Where is the balance, and what is the balance that the manager was talking about? So I've taken us to the tactical board for us to see the balance that he was talking about.
Okay.
Let's take a player like Nico O'Reilly. Nathan, we know Nico O'Reilly from his days with the EDS of Man City to be a number 10. But under Pep Guardiola, he was using O'Reilly more of a left back. So this is Nico O'Reilly, a left back. What O'Reilly will give to you in a game is that he can play as a left back. He can come wide and hold the weight so that the left winger will tack inside. Nico O'Reilly can tack inside and occupy the half spaces so that the left winger will rather come out like this. Nico O'Reilly has the ability to crash the box, and he has shown that in the Premier League against Arsenal in the Carabao, against Chelsea in the Premier League. So he's not just coming to this World Cup as a left back. He is coming as someone who can even invert and play in the midfield as an inverted fullback. So just one player, Nico O'Reilly, he will give you a left back profile. He will give you an inverted fullback profile. He will give you a player who will hold the weight. He will give you a player who will occupy the half spaces. He will give you a box crusher profile. That is the profile of Nico O'Reilly. Just one player. Is that not a balanced team that he's building? He's building a balanced team. Again, take someone like Reece James. We all know Reece James mostly as a right fullback. But Nathan, this season, especially under Enzo Maresca, he was using Reece James as an inverted fullback. Even at times, he's starting right away as a defensive midfielder. And that will help this midfielder to push up and attack. So Reece James can also invert and come inside and play as an inverted fullback for England. Reece James can also hold the weight so that this winger can occupy the half spaces. And then Reece James, we know him for his ability to overlap and then recover. So that is what you are getting in Rhys James. So if you have this profile and you decide not to add strength to it, I think that to me, it makes sense. Again, let's take someone like John Stones. Nathan, many people were wondering why John Stones, because in the season he's not really played much. But always I say this, that John Stones has something that most defenders, most centre-backs in the game, they don't have it. And if you remember the treble-winning season of Manchester City, John Stones was playing as a hybrid centre-back, taking inside, playing as a midfielder.
Yeah, he was.
And even there were at times he wasn't just playing in a pivot with Rodri, he even advanced forward. And I remember the goal that Man City scored against Inter Milan in the finals, where John Stones progressed the ball upfield, released Manu Akanji, eventually giving the ball to Bernardo Silva, cutting back for Rodri to finish. So that is John Stones and what he asked to this particular England squad. So if you have a player who can play as a centre-back, who can play as a hybrid midfielder, come on, trust me, you are going to take him to the World Cup. Now he added Anderson ahead of Adam Wharton. Anderson for Nottingham Forest, Adam Wharton have done it for the past maybe 2-3 seasons for Crystal Palace. But the difference is that Adam Wharton excels only in midfield. But Elliot Anderson, whenever you want to build up from the back and you want your defensive midfielder to drop so that your fullbacks will come inside, play this way, and then your defensive midfielder will drop, forming a temporal back three with your centre-backs. Elliot Anderson can do this job very well, but Adam Wharton cannot do it. So he decided that, okay, then let me go with Elliot Anderson to get this quality of him. The same way, Declan Rice can also drop and come here for Elliot Anderson to stay. And even for Declan Rice, I don't think it will be even fair for me to say that I'm coming to discuss the quality of Declan Rice.
Yes,
because we know it already.
Yeah, his qualities
from set pieces,
are there for
attacking runs, and all those things. We know Declan Rice to be excellent doing all those things. So that is the profiling, how he decided to profile his players. Again, he added Dara Kwanzaa, who can play as a centre-back, who can play as a right-back. He added someone like Ezri Konsa Ngoyo. Konsa can play as a centre-back. Konsa can play as a right-back. He added Dan Ben. Dan Ben plays at a left-sided centre-back. And even for Newcastle, there were days where Eddie Howe was using Dan Ben as a left-back. So in Dan Ben, you are getting a left-sided centre-back. You are getting a left-back. Again, he added Tino Livramento. Livramento excels as both right-back and left-back. So in one player, you are getting two profiles in him. Aside that, Tino Livramento is able to hold the weight, come forward, hold the weight so that the right winger can just tuck inside and then join the center forward. He added Jess Spence. Jess Spence, most people had doubts about him. But if you really watch the games of Jess Spence as Spence also, just like Tino Livramento, plays and excels both as a left back and as a right back. And for Jess Spence, even if you are using him as a right back or a left back, he also can come forward, join the attack, send in very decent crosses. And that would remind me of his cross to Hurricane in the England and then New Zealand game. Yeah. So that was the thinking behind. That was why Thomas Tuchel decided that, okay, there are all these players, very talented guys, but come on, let me use the most balanced squad. And I think that it's a very good squad for England. They would have a lot of tactical flexibility and then they can do a lot of rotations, a lot of dynamism with this particular setup. So I would want to progress. But at this point, Nathan, maybe if you have some one or two questions or some inclusions you can make.
Yeah, I just want to go back a few steps. You mentioned the Adam Wharton versus Elliot Anderson thing, and I'm happy you did, because I think it clarifies a lot of doubt, and I think it explains why Elliot Anderson seems to be in high demand. You know, because you've mentioned the fact that he's very flexible. He can drop into the back line and allow another midfielder to move up the pitch, and he himself can still play in midfield. We know what he can do. His passing is absolutely brilliant. Wonderful player. He's a huge physical specimen. So it looks like he's a tool that most managers would want to have in their team. Anyway, please proceed. Please proceed for us. Hello, Kwabna. Okay, all right. We'll see if we can work the line and bring Kwabna back. It looks like Kwabna has a bit of a connection issue. But you can send in your comments 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. We are having a chat with Coach Kwabna Dan, who is a CAF licensee coach and a video analyst. We are talking about England. We've done our expose on Panama. We are talking about England now. We want to focus on them, indicate a few things, and highlight some of the tendencies we should expect to see. Kwabna, you are back. Please proceed.
Yes. So now we are moving on to how England they build up. How they attack. So once again, we can have a look on the tactics. So now for England. Hello, Nathan.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So now for England, this is how they set up their team. They set up in either a 4-3-3 attack or a 4-3-3 defend. Nathan, in football, we don't just say 4-3-3. We have 4-3-3 attack, 4-3-3 defend. If you look at this arrangement on your screen, we have 4 at the back, the midfield 3, 1, 2, 3. The front 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is a 4-3-3. But this is a 4-3-3 defend. Why defend? Because it includes a double pivot and then one number 10. And we have a 4-3-3 attack. That one will be this shape. This will come here, and then this will include a single pivot. So the 4-3-3 attack includes a single pivot. You push 2 players up front. The 4-3-3 defense includes a double pivot. You push one of the midfielders up front. So that is the difference between the 4-3-3 attack and then the 4-3-3 defense. Looking at England, they combine both of them using either the 4-3-3 attack or the 4-3-3 defense. So in games, he can decide to play with Declan Rice as the sole defensive midfielder and then push other players up. At times, he can play with Anderson and then Declan Rice in a double pivot and put one forward player up. So that is how they profiling the players I showed. This is how they do it. And let me say that, Nathan, at this World Cup, to me, the most tactically flexible team is England.
Really?
The most dynamic team is England.
Hello, Kwabna. Hello, Kwabna. Okay, we'll have to work the line and bring Kwabna back. It looks like he has. Hello, Kwabna, are you there? Hello? Hello, Kwabna, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it looks like we're having some challenges with your line. The last point you were making before the line got a little shaky was that you felt that England were the most tactically flexible team. Was that the point you made?
Yes, please. Okay. They are the most tactically flexible team at this World Cup.
I see.
And the reason is simple, Nathan.
Okay, all right. Explain.
For England, they have players who in their club teams are playing in different roles as far as the game is concerned. So once these players are doing that at their club teams, bringing them to the national team for them to do that, Nathan, it becomes very, very, very easy.
Okay.
Now, for England, at times they build up in this shape. A 2-3-5. 2-3-5 means that he will invert his right back, will invert his left back, and then this will be his center backs. So the center backs will open a little bit wide for them to get the 2-3-5 shape. Even with this shape, You can also call it the 2-3-2-3, the WM formation. 2-3-2-3, the WM formation. And this is how England, at times, how they do it. Again, they also build with a 3-box-3 formation. The 3-box-3, you get the defensive midfielder dropping to make a back three, and then these players will form the box, as we can see here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. They will form the midfield box. So at times he will invert two of his fullbacks, the right back, the left back, to join the central midfielder, the attacking midfielder, to form the box. At times the defensive midfielder will join, and then the left back will play as the third centre back. And with this, they also have their box. At times, the DM will even go here for this player to come here. The DM will be here.
Listeners, this is still the Sporty Breakfast. We seem to be having a few challenges with Kwabna's internet. We'll see if we can stabilize. Well, we'll see if he can stabilize, and then we will proceed. We are analyzing England as a team, and we are trying to understand what the English are bringing to the table on a tactical sense. Let's go back to Kwabna.
Yes. So, Nathan, I was saying that with the England team, most of the time, whenever they are attacking, they want to isolate their wingers and then switch the ball to them for a 1v1. Okay. I hope it's okay now.
Yes.
So easily they can isolate their players, switch the ball to them for a 1v1. I'm talking about their wingers. And even in instances where the wingers tuck inside, this fullback will come and try to hold the weight. The center forward will come, and then the right winger will also join. These players will all push up for England to attack you. And there's this quality of Harry Kane that we all know. Yep. He can play as a center forward. He can drop deep, try and win the ball in deeper places, and then set up other players. And these are the profile of players that we are going to meet. So let's quickly look at this video that I made for England, and then let's try to understand how they do some of the things that I was talking about. But before that, this is the 3-2-5 of England that I was speaking about earlier on. That if you look at England, they excel very, very well with that 3-2-5. And so this is England, and then they are 3-2. Hello, Nathan?
Yes, I can hear you, Kwabna.
Yes. So this is the 3-2-5 for England. The 3-2-5 shape for England. And with this, they can quickly switch it to a 3-box-3. That was why I was telling you that they are the most tactically flexible team as far as this World Cup is concerned. Because in one breath, they are playing with a 3-2-5. In another breath, they are playing with a 3-box-3. And this is the 3-box-3. The 3 at the back. This is their midfield box. And if you look at the midfield box, can you see this is John Stones, a centre back who has stuck inside to play in midfield. Yeah. And it explains why he would decide to take John Stones, drop Harry Maguire. Many people may not or might not understand it. The coach is also thinking from the tactical point. John Stones gives me that tactical flexibility to change my hands and all that. So I would want to take him to the Mundial ahead of Harry Maguire, who will give me one profile. So that is the English team. Now let's look at this video. Let's try to understand most of the things that England, most of the things that they do, because it's very, very important for us to know our opponent and then how they operate as far as some of these things is concerned. So Nathan, this is England, and I'm going to share this video so that quickly we can take a look at England and then how they play. So the English team, trust me, that they are a very, very good side. They are an extremely good side. Extremely good side, tactically flexible. Now this is it. So England is building up this is their build-up. They have built up to the wide area, and they are using the 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1. In fact, the 4-2-3-1 is a variation of the 4-3-3 defense that I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you look at the second point that I indicated, the wingers 1v1 and crossing. So, as I was telling you, most of the time, he wants to get 1v1 for his wingers so that they can take you on. So, if the ball comes to Bukayo Saka, 1v1. If the ball goes down there to either Marcus Rashford or Gordon, 1v1, and then they'll try to, take you on. And then the fullbacks also most of the time support these type of runs and then helps. And these are some of the things that England do, and they do it very, very well. So now this is their winger, Noni Madueke, getting inside and then trying to get a goal. This was against Serbia. And Nathan, let me say this, that would you believe that in the qualifying stage for this World Cup, England played 8 games. They won all the 8 games, and they did not concede a goal. Can you believe this?
Yeah, I mean, it's that was
they
quite,
did not concede a goal.
They went through without conceding. Quite impressive. I didn't think it would. It would ever happen, but they actually did. 1-8, none conceded, and they qualified for the World Cup.
And that was in style.
All right. Okay, Kwabena, let's proceed. So you are highlighting the England build-up. Yes. Let's move on.
Now, John Stones, the centre back, has come inside one. So as I was telling you, the one, let me quickly delve in. But let me quickly work on this particular thing. I hope we've seen Anthony Gordon against the Latvian player like this in a 1v1.
Yeah.
And in 1v1s, Nathan, the most important thing is your body positioning or your body posture. Should I show him inside or I should show him outside? And I think that is the most important thing that in every 1v1, the fullback must consider. If you look at Ghana's game against Wales, after the game, many people were blaming Baba Rahman for that goal that Wales scored. Is that not it? Because of this detail. Was Baba Rahman able to show him outside, or did he decide to show him inside? These are the details. And let me touch on it. Nathan, if you are defending against such a player in Anthony Gordon, he is a right-footed player. So what it means is that he would want to cut inside to his right foot and then either cross or try to shoot from there.
Okay.
Is that not the point?
Yes, that exactly.
So if you are a fullback marking Anthony Gordon, always show him outside, not inside. Because if you show him inside, just as he did here he has shown him inside. Anthony Gordon will cut inside, and when he cuts inside, he can either cross or he can try to score it for himself. But if you show him outside, it means that he must rather put the ball on his weaker foot, which is the left foot. And with that, once you've shown him outside, you see, Pep Guardiola says something that the line is the best defender in football because you cannot dribble past the line. Once you pass the line, it's either a goal kick or a throw-in. So if you show him outside, you are showing him to the line. And with that, he cannot go anywhere further. He must recycle the ball back, and then they can try to, play a different way. But once you show him inside like this, come on, trust me, he will come inside, he can either shoot or he can either cross for someone to head. So the Ghana centre-backs, the Ghana full-backs must be very wary of this. Whenever England isolate their wingers, as they've done here too, straight to Marcus Rashford. Now, will you show him inside or you are going to show him outside? If you show him outside, it's good. But if you show him inside, you cross the ball, and then Hurricane is there. The area ability of Hurricane, he can punish you. Once again, when they are 3-2-5, they've given the ball to a winger. The winger plays the ball back, and then this will be a cutback for England to score you. So these are some of the ways that they score. These are some of the ways that they score. But there's a major concern for England. Mm-hmm. In fact, they are not a complete team. No, there's a major concern. And Nathan, their concern is in transitions.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a transition, a defensive transition for England, they struggle. Whenever there's a defensive transition for England, they struggle. And they struggle because of the recovery of the midfielders that they have. Because previously, even if you look at this particular video, there is Cole Palmer in this particular video. Whenever England is attacking, Cole Palmer will help you. But in defensive transitions, you won't get Cole Palmer, you won't get Phil Foden doing those things. And it explains why the manager opted for Bellingham, opted for Morgan Rogers. Because these players will help you in the defensive transition. The only English player that I can confidently tell you that in transitions he's a monster is Declan Rice. Because for him, offensively, he will help you with the set pieces and all that. And even defensively, in his transitions, Declan Rice will also help you. So, looking at this transition, this was England against Japan. And of course, they lost this game. And they considered from this transitional play. Let's play it so that we can, understand it. So, at this point, the right fullback is lost. He's now coming. For the left fullback, Nico O'Reilly, yes, he has come into position. But look at this play, and then England, they conceded. And this was the goal that England conceded against Japan. It was from a transition. Again, I think that with their 4-2-4 press, the teams that England played in the qualifiers, because of their quality, they were unable to, exploit it very well. They played Albania, they played Latvia, they played Serbia, and I think that these countries were unable to exploit it very well because there were options, but they took different routes, and that also caused certain mistakes in their game. If you look at this, Nathan, the best thing for you to do is to just give one pass to the number 17. Is that not?
Yeah, I mean that looks like a better option. That looks like
a simple thing to do.
Yeah, that looks like a better option.
Latvia were unable to do that. Yes, but Latvia were unable to do that. England took the ball, and then Hurricane from the zone 14. Yesterday, I spoke to you about the zone 14. Now, have you seen the zone 14? How dangerous it is?
Exactly.
So Hurricane from the zone 14, just one passing mistake is a goal. So if you are Ghana and then you are playing against England, you cannot open the zone 14 up for Hurricane. You cannot make these mistakes in your build-up. Again, this was England against Albania in the qualifiers. This is just one-touch football. One-touch football. And with this, Nathan, the best place to put this ball is behind the centre-backs of England. Put the ball at their back so that your number 10 can attack the ball. But did Albania do that? No. They decided to go for the easiest option and then recycle. Eventually, the ball came to the number 10, but at that particular point in time, the English team had already recovered. So there were gaps in English in their play. As far as the qualifiers is concerned, there were gaps in their play, although they did not concede a goal. But I think that the quality of the opponent also came into play, because if they had played against, in quote, some top sides, they could easily exploit it. So yes, they're a very good side, but I think that Ghana can watch this and then try to exploit them. At this particular point, Nathan, this is just 1 minute, 33 seconds into the game. And the best thing for Albania to do is to have putting the ball up there, top there for the player. But what did he do? He put the ball down here. And clearly, it's not the best option. So if you are Ghana and then you are playing against England, Nathan, the first thing that I would say is that our players, our midfielders, our attackers, whenever we are on the run, whenever we are on the offense, please, they must take the right decisions. They should not make the mistakes that the Latvia and Co did. No, they must take the right decisions. And to conclude, I'm moving to their set pieces. Nathan, do you know that including penalties, 35% of the goals that England scored in the qualifiers came from set plays?
Wow, 35%.
35%.
I see. So that's
35% came from set plays.
Okay. That's a strength they have.
And if you want to understand why 35% of their goals came from set plays, they have Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka at Arsenal is a master of corner kicks and the set pieces. True or false? True.
Yes.
They have Declan Rice. Declan Rice for his club Arsenal. Whenever the ball goes to the left side, he will whip it in. Whenever the ball goes to the right side, Bukayo Saka will whip it in. So those two guys who are doing it all season for Arsenal, the two of them are in the English squad. So if you are a manager for England, I think Mikel Arteta has done part of the job for you. Just like in the previous years for Spain, Pep Guardiola will do some of the job and then they'll go on to win the World Cup with it. Mikel Arteta has done some of them for you. And this was another quote from Declan Rice. So quickly, let's look at something here. Nathan, if you look at this one from Bukayo Saka, this is an in-swinger. This is an in-swinger. An in-swinger means that the ball is coming towards the
goal. Yeah.
So what England had to do was create a box or a block in the front post, because Saka will put the ball at the front post so that you can quickly score. And with this, the front post Hurricane score. But if you look at this corner, at the same place, England is going with an out swinger and not an in swinger. So it's an out swinger, not an in swinger. Let's look at the player number 23 with the Serbia player number 5. Have you seen that they are around the penalty spot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But once it's an out swinger, yesterday I showed you that even for Panama, when they are out swingers, they target those penalty spots. So they will put the ball there. So what will happen is that the players of England, they will move, they will create a space around that place, and then Hurricane will come there because of his area ability to come and head it. So look at where Hurricane was. He was standing with their number 2 at the edge of the 18-yard box. But as soon as the corner kick came inside, the English team, have you seen what the two players are doing there? You see, one English player is in front of the Serbia player to prevent him from accessing the penalty spot. Mm-hmm. And then one English player is at the back, the number 23 is at the back of the Serbia player to also prevent him from coming back to the penalty spot. Why? They want to create that space at the penalty spot for Hurricane to run in between them, and then Hurricane will try to score it. And that is it. They are done. They have a goal. So 35% of their goals have come from set plays. This one was also another set piece, a free kick. And who was the effector? Declan Rice. He has been doing this all season for Arsenal. So whenever he comes to the English team and you expect Declan Rice to do it, come on, trust me. He's been doing this over and over and over again for his club. So, Nathan, I think that the English team, as I indicated earlier, is the most tactically flexible team. And they have a lot of tools to hit any opponent that they play with, either in possession. If they want to possess the game, trust me, they can do it. If they would have to break down a low block, England can do it. Because in the whole of Europe, in the qualification stage, England averaged 74% of ball possession. Yesterday, I told you. And they were the best team in terms of ball possession. So if it comes to ball possession, you would get England. If it comes to set pieces, you will get England. If it comes to 1v1 ability, you will get England. If it comes to tactical tricks, the flexibility, you would get England. And I think that, to me, the best team with regards to tactical flexibility at this particular World Cup. Yes, Germany is good with Julian Nagelsmann. Yes, Spain is good with the professor. But to me, I think that it will be England who will top them in terms of the tactical flexibility. So Tuchel knows that tactically he's top there. He knows that most of his players are arriving in top physical shape. But the most important thing would have been their psychological makeup. And that was how I started my analysis, where Tuchel in the technical meeting decided to work on the psyche of this English team. So that is it for today. That is it for England, how they play. Today we looked at their psychological makeup as well as their tactical makeup, Nathan.
Quite interesting, Kwabna. Quite interesting. I like how we've gone from the psychological to the tactical. I'm sure we'll get into a deeper dive when the competition actually starts and England plays their first game. Then we'll see which of the things they did, which of the things they didn't do, whether they have evolved, and how they could give us a problem when we play against them. But Kwabena, finally, before you go, there's something that I want you to answer. You mentioned England's midfield, Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and all of that. In terms of the person who plays as the 10, looking at all the options that Tuchel has taken, which player do you think is the best option for Thomas Tuchel to use as his number 10? He's got Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham in those areas. When you look at the players he's choosing to be his number 10, I think it's a straight fight between Bellingham. Eze can play in the wide areas, he can play in the middle, and Morgan Rogers. So of the three players I've mentioned, which one do you think looks like the player who Thomas Tuchel is likely to use as his starting number 10 in the World Cup?
Okay, so Nathan, let's get to the tactical board. I had even wanted to talk about this. If you look at England and their number 10, England plays certain unique way. Very, 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 very unique. And I've not seen many teams deciding to do that. Nathan, if you are the number 10 for England, let's look at this shape. At times, this is how they do it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. So at times, whenever they are building up, their number 10 will drop deep. Their center forward will drop deep, leaving this space here. So the number 10 will be a player who is tactically flexible, the most tactically flexible. And that explains why he decided to play with Morgan Rogers.
Sporty FM.
Okay, all right. Listeners, we'll get to Kwabena's line in a bit, but you can send in your comments 054-257-1061. For those watching on the stream, you can also drop your comments and all of that. We'll still have Kwabena joining us during the World Cup. He'll be with us throughout the World Cup in studio, and he'll be helping us with the analysis. Kwabena, hello. 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 Okay, all right. We'll see if we can reconnect Coach Kwabena Danso. He's a FIFA licensee coach and a video analyst. Hello, Kwabena. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, Nathan.
Yes, sorry. The line was, a little unstable. But you're explaining that the choice of number 10 will be based on the player who's the most tactically flexible.
Flexible.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Nathan, this is how they do it. So this is the front four of England. This is the red team is the back four of the opponent. When they are building up, the center forward will drop. The number 10 will drop. So now, if you are the number 5, Nathan, will you follow? Because if you follow him, then this space, the right winger will come.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the number 4, are you going to follow? Because if you follow him, the left winger, he will come. So who plays at the number 10 for England depends on who will be the most tactically flexible. Not necessarily who is the most talented, no, but who will be the most tactically flexible. And I have an image here that I would want to show us so that we can perfectly understand this particular sheet. And this is it, the build-up of England. Nathan, have you seen where the number 10 and then the center forward is?
Yeah, I have.
Where the number 10.
Yes.
And so they have both dropped deep. So in this instance, the Serbian decided that no, we are not going to follow them, because if we follow them, there will be spaces at the back. Once you don't follow them, there will be the free man in the midfield, and they will receive the ball, and then they will face you on a 1v1. So if you follow them, you leave a space at your back. If you don't follow them, there will be a free man, they will receive the ball, and then they will come at you. So, to me, who starts as number 10 for England doesn't necessarily mean maybe the most talented or something. No, but who will be the most tactically flexible, and it will depend on the opponent too. It will depend on the opponent. It depends on the team. In games where England must play with breaking down a low block, I think that with that one, breaking down a low block, I would go for Eberechi Eze. To me, Eze has that ability to do it more than Morgan Rogers and then Jude Bellingham. To me, if they would have to build up this way and then the number 10 together with the number 9 would drop, I would prefer Morgan Rogers. To me, if there are teams where England, the number 10 must make a lot of surging runs into the box, I would go for Jude Bellingham, because Jude Bellingham is the best amongst them when it comes to the surging runs into the box. So who plays for the number 10 of England depends on the game and then the tactical setup.
All right. Interesting answer there, Kwabna. Thank you so much. You're such a great sport. Thank you. We'll catch up again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about Croatia. We'll get into that one. And then when the matches are getting closer, or when everybody has played their first game, we can come back, do some more analysis, and then start to think of the second round games. Kwabna, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll catch you later. Have a good day.
Okay, you are welcome. Thank you.
All right. That was Coach Kwabna Danso. He's a CAF license holder, and he's a video analyst, giving us some in-depth chit-chat concerning the teams in the World Cup, especially in Ghana's group. So we've looked at Panama. Today we looked at England, their tendencies, their psychological mission that they are on, and the player quality that they have. And then tomorrow we will talk about Croatia. We'll talk about Croatia, what they can do, who they have, what their game plan is, and then we'll get into all of that. As I said, Kwabna Danso will be joining us throughout the World Cup. He will be with us, and he'll be in studio, working on the touch screen, working on the board, so we can understand some tactical concepts, so we can understand exactly what's happening in terms of the football games. Time check is 8:52. Time check is 8:52. Give me a call, 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Yesterday, we didn't open the phone lines. This morning, I want to hear from callers. It's an open field. I don't know what you want to talk about. Is it Black Stars, the World Cup? Do you have a favorite for the World Cup? Let me know. Anything on your mind this morning, give us a call, 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Or you can call the other number, 030-279-4805. 030-279-4805. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can give me a call. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Good morning, Lucas.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. Good. This is Anobo.
Yes, Anobo, please go ahead.
Hey, your wingman, has he made use of his wings already? I hope you know my guess.
Sorry?
I hope you know my guess. I said, has he made use of his wings already?
No, not yet. Not yet. He's
not yet.
Yes,
Okay.
He's dealing with a family problem, so he's a little heels out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me go back to the issue. Nowadays, yesterday and today, you guys are picking up Soccer Academy. I tell you, the guys are not on point. I mean, this is how we mean by we study the game, we delve into it, we look at the possibilities, how things must be done and all that. And the guy is breaking everything down. I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah, Kwabna is really good.
Yeah, we are looking at it from a different angle. He's also giving us a different perspective of the team. The really solid side of the team. This is the most flexible from little athletes and things. Tactically flexible and all that. But all the same, when we are on the pitch, things are different. Being tactically flexible or whatever. If you want, the game is coming at you from a different angle, sometimes he forgets what to do. It happens to Guardiola and he scratches his head and blood will be flowing. So let's just hope that whatever he's giving us now wouldn't work for it. Everything should work perfectly for us. No matter how bad our team is, that's all I'm looking forward to. Good work. We are listening to it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. 8:55. You can give us a call. 054-257-1061.
054-257-1061.
030-279-4805. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, boss.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, okay. I think this morning, thank you for your presentation.
What's your name and where are you calling from? What is your name?
Okay, my name is Eric. I'm calling from my friend Peter.
All right, please go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, this morning, I just want to say that I think Black Star, I want to talk about a little thing about Black Star. I'm expecting Black Star to perform. As I want to talk about Ghana.
Yes.
Star.
Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I said I'm expecting that they should try to increase their training and also they should make determination. But I'm expecting England between Ghana and England. My prediction that Ghana will win the match.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. My prediction is the second match. I don't look the first match, the third match, but second match, Ghana will win second match.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much for your call. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. 030-279-4805. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Mr. Nita, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chris calling from station.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, we have enjoyed the analysis today, Charlie. But our prediction is that Ghana will win England. Ghana will win over England.
Okay.
That one we have. That one we play draw against Panama. They win over England and qualify.
Okay. All right.
But please, what Uncle Ray?
Sorry.
My personal person.
Yes.
What is Uncle Ray? Uncle Ray.
Ray's away. He's on family business. He's dealing with some family issues.
Okay. Please, we miss him, so please, we need him back.
Hey, Ghana people, you miss Ray when he's here. When he's here, he's public enemy number one. Wait, can't be any Calabio, a bell and you I'll tell him not to come back.
Oh, no, don't say that, please.
All right, thank you so much. 8:58. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can give us a call 054-257-1061 030-279-4805. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Eddie calling from Soto.
All right, please go ahead.
I want to make my contribution this morning. I had the tactical analysis and it was powerful. I like it. I'll be very much interested if it comes to the studio. And also, I want to make one. I think I've been your fan for a very long time when I was still at Africa. Sometimes I used to meet you every morning with your headset. I used to greet you, but I think you don't remember me. I tried calling this number for a very long time today. I don't know what happened. I was lucky to get in touch with you. So I'm so happy to talk to you later.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. 8:59. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can give us a call 054-257-1061 030-279-4805. Hello.
Good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
This is Victor from Tema.
All right, please go ahead.
Right, I think that the tactical analysis was quite eye-opening. Was a really, really good one.
All right.
However, I think that the Ghana-England game is probably going to be the easiest game for England. And I'm saying this not because England are going to boss us and dominate the game, but they're going to do like a proper professional job on us. They know it's a banana peel kind of game. And so they will try and just get the game over the line. And I on the question you were asking him about who we believe our best number 10 should be. England's best number 10.
England's best number
10. Best number 10 should be. At least on paper, I think that the best number 10 England has is Morgan Rogers. Okay. But I think that they will play Jude Bellingham in that hole. Now, it's also because for me, from where I sit, what I see is that Saka's performance, and Arsenal fans would disagree with me on this, but Saka's performance has been on a decline for quite a bit. Even long before he went on that injury and came back to help them secure the title. It's been on quite a decline. And if Tuchel wants to be as ruthless as he normally can be, he could decide to throw Morgan Rogers onto the right, play Gordon on the left, and then just keep Jude Bellingham in the middle. But whichever way, I think that Jude starts in the Tuchel team. And I also think that Thomas Tuchel, for some reason, for me, is the best tactical manager in this World Cup. And he and Harry Kane are the reason why England could get to the latter stage of the competition. I think that we'll get out in the group stage. I wish we would go further, but I think that we will come out in the group stage.
You just don't think we have enough in the tank to get us out of the group?
I don't think so at all. Kudus' absence is a big blow for us. We have still not figured out exactly what to do with Iñaki Williams in this Black Stars team after 3 or 4 years. And it's been quite unfortunate. I'm really interested in seeing how Carlos Queiroz intends to use Semenyo in this team. Is he going to play through the middle? Is he going to play from the left? I wish someone had some balls to say that Jordan Ayew should play from the bench. But unfortunately,
that's not happening.
he's more like a god at the moment, and so he will start. Because often when you look at things on paper, you ask yourself exactly what is Jordan's best position in this team.
Yeah,
and it's a head scratching thing, because if we could bench him and play someone else, in a number 9 position, have a proper number 10 to play for us, but he will start, and it's a bit of a minus for us. So for me, we might get, at best, we'll probably get a 3rd place finish, but I really doubt that we'll go anything beyond the group stage in this World Cup. But I am a Ghanaian, and so if we go beyond, I'll be excited. Yeah. But the football fan in me thinks that we won't go anywhere.
Okay.
Thank you, Nathan.
All right. Thank you so much. Interesting points. 2 minutes after 9. Give us a call. 054-257-1061. 030-279-4805. 054-257-1061. I'll take a couple of calls. Michael Asaibedu is on my screen. I'll get to him in a second, but let me take a few more calls. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, it's quite a rainy day anyway. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Oh, I'll come there. My name is Brimpong. Calling near you.
Okay.
The guy who spoke, I agree on the England bit that he proposed that Rogers will play on the right and then keep Bellingham in the middle.
Okay.
And then Kane, and then the Gordon as a proper England front.
Okay.
Then again, is months about Ghana not making it to the second into the Ghana, just we will. I think if our guys are able to hold their own and be disciplined and not make what I'll say in quote by our tackles in quotes, please, against England, we can. Because many a time, we the African, especially the black side of Africa, our tackles are at times crude. That has always been our bane. But if we can be disciplined and tackle well, we can skill the England hurdle.
Okay.
I think so. And I'm confident in that, and we can.
Okay.
But this is Ghana. Oh. We don't know Ghana. We're also a tournament team. Oh.
the Ghana is a tournament team. Are you sure about that?
Come on. It's proven in this World Cup several times. We are Ghana and even in Africa.
Do you know that? The last, how do I even say it? Ever since 20, how do I even say it? So, for example, the last 2 times we went to the World Cup, we got kicked out of the group stage.
Oh, but you and I know what happened
2014.
If the Brazil...
Okay, no problem. So Brazil is out. What about 2022?
Sorry?
What about 2022?
2020.
2022 at the last World Cup.
Oh, at times major teams get picked up in the first round. That is nothing.
Okay, and what about our last two AFCONs?
Hey, my boy, you like what?
No, I'm just asking because you're saying that. Relax. You're saying that. Relax. Take it easy. You are saying that. Take it easy. You are saying that we are a tournament team. No problem. So I'm saying that if that's the case, we haven't been to the last. We got kicked out of the group stage in the last two AFCONs. We didn't make the last one.
I don't have any problem. I'm saying that check the records of Ghana and strike the average, and just the two. And strike the average and see. And see our performance.
You see, the reason why I disagree with the assertion that we are a tournament team.
I don't have a problem you disagree with me. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
that is my belief.
So you believe that we are a tournament team and we'll show up?
I believe so.
I see.
Look, check it. Let me tell you something. When we played USA for the first time, and Asamoah scored that goal.
But Asamoah didn't score against the USA.
Sorry, against US?
No, Jan didn't score against the US.
Jan has never scored against US.
No, I'm saying you said the first time, and I'm saying the first time Jan didn't score.
Okay, maybe.
So in 2010.
The other time when
so you're talking about the Czech Republic, I'm sure.
No, I'm talking about US.
US, okay. So the second time when we played the US.
Yes. If that American defender that he played Sunderland with just shouldered him, pushed him a bit for him to unsettle.
You mean Bocanegra? He was his teammate at Rennes, not Sunderland.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That gave him that advantage to score that goal. If you had not done that, do you think Jan would have scored?
I wouldn't know.
Yes, it gave him. People don't realize that. That thing that he gave Jan the opportunity to score that goal. I'm saying that watch out for Ghana.
Okay. Will you be surprised if Ghana exits at the group stage?
It's a tournament. I won't.
Okay. All right. But you believe that you believe that the Black Stars will qualify? Yeah, I mean that's equally true. That is equally true. So you believe that the Black Stars will qualify from the group?
Oh, at least we will skip it. We'll go.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll see.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, when we are conversing.
I don't have an opinion, to be brutally honest.
Enjoy your day.
All right. Thank you so much. 7 minutes after 9. Let's take one more call. And then I'll chat with my guys. Kelvin Owusu is back. Michael Asare-Bredu is on the line. All right, let me take this final caller and then we proceed. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm called Xavier from Ablikuma.
Sorry?
Thank you. I'm called Network from Ablikuma.
Network, I see. Please go ahead.
Thank you for a great job this morning.
All right, please go ahead.
You know something? No matter how the England, their tactical play and change, Ghana will qualify for good stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I have. Ghana will qualify for good stage.
Okay. No problem. I like that. I like the optimism. Let's see.
Yeah,
let's see how the Black Stars will execute.
No, like they will qualify from good stage. That's all we need.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I like that
because we know what they do. You see, when they call out from how do you call it? When they call you that you call you that you should come and play for your national team. It's not easy, this time.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah, whole nation like Ghana. So we have done it before, so we know what they will do. Yeah, we have done it before. The last time I was watching Sporty TV. Is it Ghana and Uruguay game? Mm-hmm. I was very emotional that day because see the players are willing to play for the Black Stars. So we are there. We'll see what will happen.
Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. 9 minutes after 9. Anyway, let's put the pause on the calls for now. Let me welcome my guys. Kelvin Owusu in studio. Michael Asare-Bredu joining us via the Zoom. I don't know. Why are they sneaking in a call like this? Okay, let me take this last caller and then we proceed. Hello.
Thank you, Nathan. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Man on the line.
All right, please go ahead.
I've been listening to the analysis since the day. And Charlie, and I'm asking myself, do you have the players to counter all this analysis? See, it's not about this is Ghana. We know where our football is now. I'm not a prophet of doom, but watching this Ghana squad and listening to your man, the analysis he's doing, and it's on point. We have the players that can match this tactics.
Oh, why you don't believe that the players? You don't believe that the players will be able to do that?
This thing like we are the tournament team. We've gone to like four tournaments in a row. Charlie, we've got four tournaments on the row. Everything in the group. See, I don't get it. Charlie, me, I'm not convinced at all.
You're not convinced.
Oh no. See, you say that. See, people are just saying that. See, we are not going out from this group, Nathan. That's the reality.
Oh,
that's the reality on ground.
But the Black Stars can surprise all of us, don't you think so?
Football, Masa, this thing that football, luck and all this. But if you do your things well, you qualify. If you do your things well, you qualify. Let's go and put this guy in the post. It's lucky, Masa. Who play? See, I know there's luck in football, but you can't go and put all your trust in luck. Or prayers, going to church, going to put the Black Stars. They say the Black Stars in the mortuary, whatever. People are trading, making good use of the idea. The Black Stars in the mortuary, the Black Stars is dead. Charlie, what is this? Hey, Nathan, that's serious in this country.
Oh, so are you saying
serious in this country?
No, but people choose to believe that.
Believe what? People are training. You are praying. Do you think God belongs to you?
No, but the Black Stars, they are not praying. They are also training.
Is it only Ghana that have God? Everything they say, people are training. People are doing people are doing they are doing the groundwork. They are doing the groundwork. We are here.
I mean, people. I'm sure.
Let's be real. No, you see, look at that. Look, you see, this team, we need. I know in this squad, they have to sit down a lot. They have to sit at the back and play on the quick transition.
Okay.
And do you have the players that can hold the ball, that can see the pass? But the things are not there to joke. And watching our squad, there's no hope in this squad.
Oh, why you don't have hope in the squad?
It's not like I think you do you have hope in the squad? If you say something, they are laughing.
Okay. I understand. I understand that the squad may not look as strong as we all expect, but at least you've got to at least think that the players will be able to put up a good fight, right?
Good fight. Okay, you're done. We'll come back here and we'll come and talk about it. I won't say
anything. Anyway, 9:14. Let's pause on the calls. Kelvin is here. Kelvin, welcome back.
Thanks, Nathan.
Oh man, Michael is also on the line. Michael, how are you doing? Good morning.
Grr, I'm good.
Do you also believe we are a tournament team, Michael? I find that, listen, there are some people who are very optimistic. They are the supreme optimists, right? So exactly. I always say, let's allow the optimists to believe, because there are some people who believe that all of this tactical hoodoo is nothing. On the day it's 11 versus 11, and then we are Ghana. And then we are Ghana. We could do something. But I always say that in doing whatever it is we want people to do, we always need to remember that we just don't get up and do things. We need to have the plan and the players to execute. So That's the thing.
Exactly.
But Michael, your thoughts? I'm sure you caught up on what Coach Kwabena was talking about. Talking about England, he made certain statements that I found really interesting. He said, in his opinion, he believes England is the most tactically flexible team going into this World Cup. I never thought I would hear England being described as tactically flexible, but I kind of understand where he's coming from. Your thoughts on that? Do you believe that England are tactically flexible? Does this England team look like a team that has different sides to it?
Yep, maybe not the most tactically flexible team at the tournament, but I think if you look at some of the favorites for the World Cup trophy, like France, for instance, I see this English team as more tactically fluid or flexible if you compare to the French team. Yesterday, I saw Deschamps try to play Dembele as a number 10 and then Mbappe as a false 9. And that was a disaster. I don't know where. It was either one was outshining the other, or there was no telepathy in terms of who has to do what at a point in time. And it confused the role playing from the two players. Mbappe at a point in time wanted to act as a number 10. Dembele did not know what to do. And I think it is different from the English case. And maybe to an extent, it explains why Tuchel left a lot of names out of his team and decided to go for players who can play or perform certain roles to an appreciable level. For instance, if you don't select someone like Cole Palmer, who has pedigree, we know what he can do, albeit the season that has just gone by wasn't really a good one for him. We all know his qualities and what he can offer. But then again, when you select him, already there is a tactical conundrum in terms of who plays as a number 10 for England, whether it's Morgan Rogers or Jude Bellingham. If you add Cole Palmer to the mix, it brings much more confusion in the English setup. And so Tuchel wanted more clarity. And if you look at his squad, if you want to break it down, there are players who can perform clear roles with no ambiguity. Then he has specialist wingers. Rashford, Anthony Gordon on the left. There's Bukayo Saka on the right. And these are specialist wingers known for performance-specific roles, inverting. And you look at the English attack, it is made up of, definitely Harry Kane is going to dominate. So Harry Kane is seen to be one that draws to play. His movement is very, very dynamic. And he creates space for the other wing attackers he plays with. And the best example to cite here would be at Bayern Munich, where Luis Diaz, Michael Olise have been profiting from this. Kane drops deep. His movement is able to draw defenders with him. It creates space for the other attackers to profit from it. And that is how come the other wing attackers, or even the number 10 at Bayern Munich, has a lot of goal contributions in terms of goals scored and assists. And I think Tuchel will want to just refer to that template and then really tap into it. So specialist wingers, for a reason, they will invert and then they will profit from the spaces that will be created by Harry Kane and his movement. Again, stronger pressing. It does not need a lot of names, because when you have these names, there are certain concessions you have to make in terms of those who are the press triggers. And you know that when he gets players in there like Morgan Rogers, like Anthony Gordon, like Bukayo Saka, these are players who will work with and without the ball, and they will give England a strong presence. And then again, if they are to trigger that press and win the ball off the opponent, they will do that. More athleticism, that is running, doing a lot of running. If you assess Thomas Tuchel's team, or if you analyze Thomas Tuchel's team, his team at Chelsea, especially the one that won the Champions League against Manchester City, they were players who were able runners. They were willing to work, sacrifice, put in a lot of shift just to make sure their team is comfortable in terms of defending without the ball and also playing with the ball. And that was how come players like Mason Mount, Timo Werner, they thrived in Tuchel's system because it required more of running. You look at the English setup now, similarly. That is how come players like Jet Spence will get a shot in here. He's athletic. He has energy, he has speed, and Tuchel tends to favor something like that. And then he has his midfield also built around a 6, an 8, and a 10. And then I heard Kwabena also speak to the box. This is the most important part. The box here can be Harry Kane dropping into the middle to add up to the midfield 3, which makes it 4, which is square. Or a fullback dropping into the middle to also make it 4. In this case, someone like Reece James. We've seen him play in the midfield for Chelsea at various times, under Maresca, even during the closing stages of last season. He was in there. So it gives the English team a certain dynamism about their shape. Yes, they can line up in a 4-3-3 hybrid, whether attack or defend, but mostly defending, as per the tutorials we heard from Kobna. So again, it means that their shape can change as and when. The back 4 can change into a back 3. Their middle can have 5 players at a point in time, looking at Harry Kane dropping in, and then a fullback also dropping in, giving them more presence in the middle. And then their front 1 also metamorphoses into a front 2 with the wingers inverted. So it explains how their shape is fluid and how Kobna Danso explains that they are tactically flexible. And it's beautiful. Again, why Tuchel does not really see Jude Bellingham as his go-to guy as a number 10, perhaps this is the explanation. Harry Kane loves to play with the ball. He does not need another number 10 who want to also have more of the ball or possess more of the ball and dictate play with it. And that is typically Bellingham's game. Jude Bellingham loves to have the ball, run with it, dictate play with it, control the rhythm with it. And if you look through the English team, Declan Rice would offer that balance as a 6 who can also function as an 8. Then one of Kobe Mainoo or Elliot Anderson will act as the 8. Now, these are players who will give you balance. They can operate without the ball, and they can also operate with the ball. Bellingham's forte is to have much of the possession and work with it. When he has to play that role, it means it restricts Harry Kane and what he can do with the ball. We know Harry Kane is at his most dangerous when he's playing as a half 10. When he draws deep and he brings his teammates into play. If you play Bellingham with him, he will not be able to bring that quality to bear. So I think, yes, there are times where as football fans, ordinary football fans who are not tactically inclined, will raise a lot of concerns because we just see it on the face value. Oh, Bellingham is better than Morgan Rogers. He should play as a number 10. But coaches think deeper. They go beyond that. They will have to look at the various roles and see that there are no conflicts. And that is how come at times they make some of these unpopular decisions. And we don't really get to understand. But the only time that we come to appreciate why coaches did that is that when they try it in a typical game scenario, and then it produces the positive result that the coaches expected, then we come to understand and we are like, wow, so this is why he did that. So before England starts playing, I think Tuchel has figured out his team. They might have problems. I think, yes, England might have problems at this World Cup, but all the same, I think that they're a team that would offer a lot of tactical lessons to the tacticals. They will serve a lot of materials that they can fall on and then refer to. I think they have a really, really well-knit squad, a squad that Tuchel knows how to use them and then get the result out of it. And I think the foundation of this team is defensive solidity, making sure that they are perfect defensively, and then they'll wait for their time or their moments in attack. And when it comes, they will punish you. I think that is how England is going to be like. I don't see them becoming a very dominant attacking side, scoring loads of goals. They are going to be a well-disciplined team, a team that embraces their tactical structure and then their various tactical roles. They will not be so pleasant to watch for those who love the aesthetics, those who love beautiful football. England will not be a team that will be so pleasing to watch, but I think they will be one of the efficient teams in the competition.
Interesting thoughts. Kelvin, your thoughts, initial thoughts on England, the squad they put together. And Kobna Danso was highlighting their flexibility. We're talking about who plays as England's 10, their tendencies, the box midfield, Harry Kane's ability to drop, the fullbacks and what they can do, Elliot Anderson and what he can do. Yeah. And England's own weakness in transition and the fact that they can be turned over and then you can quickly run through their midfield and to go and get something out of them.
Well, I think is the reason why I like pragmatic managers, especially when I talk about being pragmatic. Knowing what will work for you at the right time, at the right place, and the right materials. And that is what Thomas Tuchel is all about. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care what sort of loyalty. Ask yourself, if it had been any other England manager, between Asari, between any other person, I'm not sure we would have looked at Ivan Toney.
No.
But he's picked him. Yeah. He's picked him because he wants to achieve a certain result. Or because they are planning to keep their best player, their most reliable player, in Harry Kane, the freedom to rest when the need be. Let's say England are winning by 3-0. 4. Mm-hmm. After 60 minutes, 70 minutes, what is Harry Kane still doing in the game? Get him off. Because they need him in subsequent games. Now he's picked up, just like Michael was mentioning, he's picked up a squad that is going to do the kind of work, play a certain way which suits a system, and he thinks is going to deliver a job. Look at how he played don't go too far. Look at how he played the Champions League final and won. He knew exactly what to do to get the results. And that is what tournament football is all about. It's the reason why Didier Deschamps may not pick the very best squad or may not pick the very best players for you. But he goes to a World Cup, he goes to a European Championship with Olivier Giroud and gets the results. He may lose the final, but he managed to win one. He may drop certain players, but he goes in there and he gets the job done. And I think that is what I see with this England team. My only problems for me is the experience of their central defenders, bar John Stones.
Okay.
If Stones isn't fit, and we all know his injury situations, and in this heat, it may pop up 1 or 2 times he decides to start games. It will definitely come a little stretch, and it will become a problem. So I think that maybe someone like Harry Maguire, whether I like it or not, should have been there.
Well, in terms of England's centre-back options, just distilling it from the squad list I see here, Mark Guehi, Ezri Konsa, Stones. Well, Jarrell Kwanzaa, you can say centre-back, right-back. Yeah, just the
purely centre-back.
So Guehi, Konsa, Stones, and Kwanzaa.
Pure centre-back.
So 4 of them.
Pure centre-backs. They are going to do a job for him. But I think that he needed that experience of Maguire, who is fit and who can be relied on.
But assuming he took Maguire, would you start Maguire?
I'll start Maguire. Why won't I start him?
Okay.
I think he does a lot of control for you at the back. Maybe he may need, I think if you look at the players that he's picked, like very extremely, good ball playing, centre backs in there. But I ask myself, if you want a job being done, I don't think between Ezri Konsa and Harry Maguire, I don't know Michael's choice. But for me, if I look at the 2 players, Konsa, and I look at Maguire, I'll pick Maguire. He's not that bad in the England team.
Okay.
Now, the problem would have to do with how he's going to combine that central midfield. Who is going to sit for who? Is he going to drop Rodgers for Bellingham? Is he going to drop Bellingham for Rodgers?
Well,
how is he going to
When I was asking Kwabena, he seemed to think that because the 2 players have very different traits, I think the point he made was that it will depend on the opposition. It will depend on the opposition and what Tuchel wants, right? What Tuchel wants from England. Because I don't think that, look, 8 games at a World Cup will not be 8 of the same games. Each game will be different. Each team will be different. So I suspect that changes will be made here and there. So my answer will be, I guess he will look at the opposition and make a decision. But of course, I also agree with you in terms of chemistry, because what you want is to have a certain unit that will play consistently.
Exactly.
And they'll grow together, learn together, develop relationships.
Exactly.
So, and the number 10 role is a very critical role.
Very, very critical.
Because it's almost like Harry Kane's strike partner, if you like. That's another way of looking at it. So if you keep changing the person who partners Harry Kane, well, it could disrupt things. But anyway.
But you look at Rodgers' numbers, they are great. You look at Bellingham's overall impact in games.
Yes. Yeah.
You get it. But you ask yourself, would he have the legs after his, injuries? Would he have the legs to be able to be crashing the box, dropping deep to still help pick up balls, and because you wouldn't expect Declan Rice to be. Is the reason why he's going to play Elliot Anderson as the base of his six, as the base of his
Anderson
midfield.
and Rice.
Yes.
That's the starting pivot.
Yes, as the base, and then maybe Rice will be doing, a bit more of the, box to box, and you need that number 10 to be also,
but then it would
rolling
mean
around.
But then, Michael, maybe you can come in. But then it would mean that if Rice is going to be doing a bit more of the box to box,
yes, that's
then
what he
England
said.
will need a 10 who is disciplined enough to just sit in the hole. Do they need a 10 to also be running around?
You still need that sort of leg work too.
Really?
Yes, you need that.
So you need another person to do parts of the leg work.
Exactly.
That's quite difficult.
Because this World Cup is going to be very demanding. Yesterday, if you listen to Faisal,
yeah,
those fine details, the marginal advantage,
rest, how to conserve energy,
exactly, and to have players who can withstand that, high energy and intense game levels.
Because me personally, Michael, I think that the World Cup will be won by, this morning I said it to Angela, it will be won by one of two teams. Either a team that plays transition football or a team that dominates. If you are in between, you will suffer. Right? You can't dominate and play transition. If you dominate the opposition, you wear them out because they chase the ball. You keep the ball. You sap energy. If you play in transition, you back off and then you attack when you have your moment. So I think the World Cup will be won by either a counter-attacking team or a possessive side. No team in the middle is going to win this World Cup.
True. There are times you never know. You never know that.
No, but Kevin, I'm just looking at it from a weather perspective and the energy and the demands it will make on teams.
Exactly. So for me, I think yes, Tuchel, for any other thing, he's just trying to do what Didier Deschamps did that Raymond Dominique and other managers couldn't do for France. He's looking at players who are going to work for him, and especially at this particular World Cup with the demands. And it will only be their doom with maybe individual mistakes or something to get England off. And we've seen it right from the qualifiers. It was very much clear how Tuchel wants to play. It will take some time for the players to understand. But at this World Cup, they will be forced to go strictly by how Thomas Tuchel wanted them to do it, wanted them to play. And if I think yes, England have a very good team, very balanced team. But the fine details, like I say in defense, if someone like Kylian Mbappe gets Ezri Konsa, if let's say Brazil, Vinicius gets in between the lines and meets Konsa and whoever is in there, it just takes one moment of brilliance,
okay,
to just tear it up. And the England team, if Spain gets in there and they knock the ball 1, 2, 3 times, or Yatabal and the likes run in between the lines, Lamia is going to be doomed. So unless Tuchel is going to be that rigid, that compact, and is not going to open up for teams to just come at him.
Okay.
Because the way I see it, he's going to be strictly a defensive style.
Okay.
Very, very defensive. And Michael was mentioning it. The players that he picked, you can trust Bukayo Saka to help you defend. Rice, Elliott are almost like, tanks. And they will help you defend.
So he's picked hard workers.
Yes. Morgan Rogers is a hard worker. We see him at Aston Villa. From box to box. He's crashing in there, crashing in up there.
Yeah.
Hurricane that they want to rest is a workaholic because he will move from the forward line, come deep to defend and build attacks or pick up the ball and try create from those ends.
Yeah.
There's the reason why I feel like players like Eberechi Eze will struggle. It will be maybe second half of games that they have won 1-0, 82nd minute, 80th minute, 85th minute, as they come and finish the game for us. And it's only going to take players who are tenacious enough.
That is true. I mean, I'm just looking through this list. I think this list is a list of hard workers.
Thank you.
I mean, look at the midfield. Rice, Anderson, Bellingham,
mechanical
Henderson,
players.
Rogers, Kobe Menu, and Eze.
Mechanical players.
Look at the forward line. Kane, Tony, Watkins, Saka, Madueke, Rashford, and Gordy.
Thank you. Extreme mechanical guys.
And Kelvin, I think a reason, you see, earlier you were rooting for Harry Maguire. But if you compare the numbers between himself and then the other defenders, especially for specifics, last man tackles made, ball recoveries, interceptions, and all that. You see that Maguire is ranking below in terms of the numbers in those metrics as compared to the defenders he selected. So maybe it's about Tuchel looking at, okay, we'll hold on to possession more. And that makes us a bit susceptible to losing possession at various points in time. I want a defensive unit that is able to make quick recoveries, win back possession, or make last man tackles to try and then win possession for us. And I think it is the reason Maguire was not selected, because we know that Maguire is very flat-footed. He's very late in terms of making recoveries. And these defenders rank above him in those specifics. And I think it is the reason he's selected. There's Reconces, the McGaheys, the Kwanzes, and the likes. And so I think that justifies it to an extent. So again, it goes on to explain Tuchel is not looking at names. He's looking at profiles. I think that is one key thing he did with his England squad selection. The focus for him is on profiles. What do I need? Okay, I need central defenders who can do this. So what do the numbers say? Then the numbers are provided. He would have to strike the balance, do the comparisons and all that. Then he settles on those whose numbers are higher in terms of what he wants. So the name Maguire will miss out. Sorry, the name Maguire will maybe ring bells. It will sound positive in the ears of people. But the profile Maguire will fall short when compared to the other profiles available on Tuchel's data sheet. And when he does these comparisons and everything, it's likely he will settle on those that they have their numbers up there. And then he will sacrifice those that the numbers are down there. And those that will be sacrificed will likely be the big names that we've mentioned after England's announced the official World Cup squad. But I think he knows what he's doing. If he pays off, he's a genius. But if he doesn't, he looks like a schmuck, someone who saw the obvious and decided to be so stubborn in his stance and prefer what he wants to do. I think he just gambled, but he gambled with enough numbers on his data sheet. So I just pray that things work well for him. But like I said, England will not be an exciting team to watch. If you're looking for beautiful football, maybe you should skip the English games. It will not be fun, especially England versus Croatia. I actually see a game that will be very dull, so uninteresting. Because Croatia, similarly, Zlatko Dalic will not give you that kind of play that you expect. And then Tuchel also faces him with his England team and his own approach. I don't really see many things working in that way. And again, truly, Tuchel picked a team that he knows how to use. And let's see what happens.
All right, we'll see. All of this will start on Thursday. England will play sometime next week. But yeah, that's what the conversation is about. You can send in your comment 0542571061. Time check is 9:38. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. All right, let's the final bit we'll do on the show today is to have a conversation with a young Ghanaian footballer who is currently playing his football in Spain with Real Zaragoza. Before we get into our interview with Mauli Mensah, Michael, before I let you go, yesterday Asante Kotoko made a very interesting appointment. Stanley Menzo has been brought in as the new, what's his role? Director of football, sporting director?
Yes, yeah. So he's been appointed as a director of football, let's put it that way. Okay. He's going to oversee Kotoko's technical strategy, their recruitment, player retention, which has actually been a bane of the club. He's also going to streamline their youth development and then align the academy and then the senior team. Basically, that is the job that he's going to do. And what made them settle on him was because of his background. He was part of the Ajax team that won the 1986-87 European Cup Winners' Cup. He also was part of a team that won the 1992 UEFA Cup. He has over 300 official appearances for the side, winning 9 major titles. He spent 10 seasons at Ajax and they feel he has enough experience of how the Dutch football system works. And that is a system that encourages youth development. And so they feel having someone on board to steer the team in that direction is actually spot on. And they also believe that there is exposure working in Africa, Asia, and Europe allows him to appreciate a lot of football culture. So he comes in with a certain global perspective, detailing how things work on different continents. And perhaps if Asante Kotoko wants to tap into a certain model that works, then they can actually go to him because he's worked with FC Volendam, Hamburg, he's worked with Liège in Belgium, Ajax Cape Town in South Africa, Beijing Guan in China, Aruba, he's also worked in Suriname. So if they want a blend of how football works in these countries, and then they need a working document, he's somebody that they can fall on to produce something for them. So he has the experience and he has the expertise, and it's something that Kotoko has lacked. Yes, they brought in Karim Zito to do something similar, but Zito's wealth of experience was tied to Wafa, Dreams FC, and it was mostly about clubs in Ghana. Best case scenario, maybe West Africa. But you look at someone like Menzo, he has enough experience from a certain football system that is approved worldwide. Barcelona tapped into the Dutch football system, and then they got their tiki-taka. So maybe Kotoko will also want to do things differently, and that is why they brought him on board. But on paper, it looks so perfect. It looks so ideal. In reality, there will be a lot of culture clashes. And because the way Kotoko does his things, the way people within Kotoko, talking about the fans, the stakeholders, the way they do their stuff, it is very different from everywhere that perhaps Mr. Menzo has worked. So the reality means that there needs to be a lot of concessions. There needs to be, in terms of his tenure, we need to know, because you don't just implement a certain football philosophy, you don't carve a certain football identity in 2 years. This is something that will need time. And does the board have time? Do they really understand how some of these things work? We've seen Kotoko embark on certain projects, and then midway through it, they abandon it, and then they return to their ways of old. So I think on paper, this is an ideal signing that is expected to be a game changer for Kotoko. But in reality, there needs to be a lot of concessions to make sure that they realize the objectives of making an appointment like this.
All right. We'll see how things go. Michael, I'm sure we'll do a deeper dive into this subsequently. You know, this has to compete with the World Cup. So maybe we'll shelve it, but at least that appointment has been done. We'll find out how people are reacting to this, maybe on our subsequent shows. But Michael, thank you so much. Time check is 9:43. Michael, we'll catch up later. Do enjoy your day.
Thank you.
054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Time check is 9:43. Yes, as promised, my guest is in studio. Mauli Mensah is joining me. Mauli Mensah plays in Spain for Real Zaragoza, and he was at Betis. We'll talk about that. Life at Betis, how life in Spain, how the season has gone. Mauli, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Or should I say buenos dias?
I don't know. Como quieras. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. I mean, how's the season been? You've spent the last few months at Zaragoza. How has it been for you? I
mean, it has been difficult situation when I joined Zaragoza, because we all knew that Zaragoza has always been a big club in the Spanish league. Always been a history club. So, I mean, when I moved from Real Betis to Zaragoza, I already knew the situation they were having. But then I decided to join because it has always been a good club. And I mean, the situation couldn't let us do what we wanted to do because obviously they were struggling kind of relegation season. So I mean, you could see like that the fans, that how they were moving to us, couldn't let us do what we wanted to do, right? But I mean, so for me, it has been really difficult because I haven't really seen an atmosphere like that ever since, whenever you go in the games, there's so much pressure behind and all that. So, I mean, it was okay.
I see. How long have you been in Spain?
I think 6 years now. I've been
6 years.
Five to
Wow.
6 years. Yeah.
5 to 6 years.
Yeah, thereabout.
How has it been, in your time there? You were at Antequera, you went to Betis, and then you've just, you joined Zaragoza not too long ago. How has it been, the 5 to 6 years in Spain? How has it been from a footballing side, but in terms of life, how has it been for you?
No, I mean, in the beginning, I wouldn't say that it's easy because we all know we are coming from Ghana, going to a different culture, and Spain is a really difficult country to start in as a footballer because the language barrier is very, very, very difficult. For me,
you have to learn to speak Spanish.
It's a must because it's not like this kind of other countries that you hear people speaking English in the beginning, but then Spain has always been this country that everybody speaks Spanish. So, as a footballer, when you join in the beginning, you really have to adapt it.
You have to learn to say
my first
your
2
Buenos
years,
Dias, ¿Cómo estás, and all of those things.
You had to pick it up. But for me, I don't know. I got luck. I don't know if I got lucky. I just had to. I don't know if maybe I was smart enough to get the Spanish. So within 2-3 years, I was able to grab some things, and I'm fluent now, and it's helping me a lot because if they find out you are fluent, you adapt to the system.
Okay.
They really take you in. So.
Okay. I see. We'll come back to that. But for somebody who's listening to you for the very first time and has never heard of you, can you just tell us a bit about your footballing journey? Where did you start in Ghana? Where did you grow up? How did you get to Europe and all of that?
It's been quite a journey for me. I started when I was really, really young. I've always lived in the Volta region.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I started, and then I moved to Accra, and then I joined shooting. Initially I was in Lizzie Sports Complex where Marcel Desailly had the academy, so I started there, and then a year later I moved to Shooting Stars, and then that's where the whole journey started. And then you all know about Shooting Stars, so we're just moving back and forth, and then I got picked up by Utrecht FC in Netherlands.
In Netherlands, I see. You played for Utrecht.
I've played there, and then so after my journey in Netherlands, and then I moved to Spain. So that's how come everything.
Wonderful. Tell me about the footballing cultures of the two countries. You've experienced Dutch football. You've experienced Spanish football. How is it like? Are there any similarities? If yes, what are the similarities? Are there any differences?
It kind of looks the same, right? But I think the Dutch football system is like they give you the free roll to do your thing, and then Spanish people are really tactical about what they tell you to do, so it's like a Spanish coach telling you, I don't want you to move forward, you don't have to, but in the Dutch football, it's like they give you that role to just, show up what you have and all that. So I think that's the only difference. But technically, you could see Dutch football is very technical as well, and the Spanish football as well. I think, that's the only difference, but it's okay.
I see. Yeah. I like what you said, that in Dutch football, you have some freedom, but in Spanish football, no. I see. In so far, in your time playing in the Netherlands and in Spain, have you had any national team call-ups? Either U20, because I think that's where you fall, or have you had any conversations about playing for the national team at your age or at that level?
No, okay. So I think I was in the U20 one time ago. I think they were supposed to play a tournament was it Mexico? I don't know. I don't quite remember. But it was like years ago when Yao Preco was the coach.
Okay.
So I was in the training camp, but then we had to travel to Sheffield United for a tournament with Shooting Stars. So then it was like this, and then I left. But I think after that, I've never been close again to the national team.
Let's talk about your time at Betis. For Ghanaian fans who watch Real Betis, they know that Manuel Pellegrini is there. The likes of Anthony joined on loan, now permanent. How was it like at Betis? Did you ever get the chance to work under Pellegrini? Were you part of the first team? Did you experience his methods? How was it like working under Manuel Pellegrini?
No, Manuel Pellegrini, we all know him. He has always been a great coach. And for me, working under him, it taught me a lot of things as well, because when I joined in with the first team, we was in the preseason in England, and then we played a lot of games like in Coventry City, Sheffield United, and then and this team. So when we played these games, he gave me a lot of confidence. He's the kind of coach that he really wants to take you in and then tell you what you need to do. So for me, I think he helped me a lot as well when I was under him. And I mean, with the like of all these players joining in, Anthony, Isco, all these players, you know, when you have players around you like this, you know, it makes things easy. So for me, I mean, it was a good time in Real Betis.
I see. You were there for what, 2 years?
Yeah, no, for
3
years. 4 years.
4 years, close to 4 years. I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you were what, with Betis B, and then you were with the first team.
So I was.
So were you moving?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, since my age falls in with the second team as well. So I was like, you know, when Pellegrini sees that you're doing good, you know, they take you up to the first team.
Okay.
And so after the preseason, I was more with the first team.
Okay.
Back and forth, and then I moved to Zaragoza.
I see. Why that move? Why the move to Zaragoza?
I know. I mean, I felt like it was. I just wanted to take a step. I wanted to take a step because Zaragoza was playing in the La Liga 2, which is a very top league as well, and I realized I wasn't getting a lot of minutes in the first team, which I felt like, okay,
This is Sporty FM, the
another
voice of
step, right?
sport.
So I took it, and then it was good.
I see. Quite interesting. So how is life at Zaragoza? Because you went initially, I think it was on a 6-month loan, and then you are now staying for an extended. How did it feel when they approached Betis to say that, okay, look, we want Maoli to come and play with us, you know, on loan? How was it like? How was the conversation like?
No, I mean, my move to Zaragoza was a last minute, move, because
I see.
Yeah, the window was closing. It was left with an hour, and then the directors came in. They were like, "Hey, listen, we want to grab him, this and that." So I was like, even in the rush in the night, trying to put things together. And then, I mean, we just moved in there, and for me, it was. I felt like it was a good move for me. I needed that platform. And I just wanted to do more, to get a lot of minutes with like this club, because it's always been a good club, and for me, I think it helped me a lot. So, yeah.
Okay, and then you played 13 games?
Yeah.
In the season. You've spoken about the difficulty, you know, the fact that there was relegation. But for you personally, how did you think you do? How would you rate the 13 games or your performance in just that spell? How did you think you did for yourself personally?
No, honestly, I did. I think when I moved there, like, the fans really took me in. I mean, they loved me there because, you know, every game I've played, I've always showed that I really wanted to be here because, you know, with the situations as well. So, I mean, I knew I had like, the contract that I signed with them was like 6 months.
Okay.
In addition of two years, you know, that is if they stay in the league, you know. So that was the whole thing behind. So for me, when I moved there, I just wanted to give everything I have, and I think I did that. And then you know, but we were unfortunate again, so things couldn't end up how we all wanted it to end. So
yeah. So I mean, the season has ended. I mean, you're back in town. I'm sure you are relaxing, getting ready for the new season. What are your own plans for the upcoming season? Because you are now getting to start at the very beginning with Zaragoza in a lower division because of relegation. But what are your own plans? What are the things you want to achieve personally at an individual level? And what it is that what do you want to achieve with Zaragoza as a team at the end of the season? Okay,
so let me just call you on that. Me and Zaragoza, I think we are done now.
Okay.
Because it was like an option of 2 years. So I decided, you know, obviously. So you know, I'm looking forward to move to another place, obviously. So I mean, probably in a week we know something.
Fine. I mean, whatever it's about. What are your own plans for the coming season?
I just want to start new. You know, just get into the atmosphere again of playing in the top league. So, and then obviously I know I'm waiting for that, and that will come in. So, you know, personally, I just want to, you know, get in that environment. You know, just build myself more and more, because I feel like I have a lot to give out. So, yeah. Just get things like that.
Wonderful. As we wrap up, tell me if what's one, or what are some of the most memorable things, right, you take away from your time, let's say at Betis, right? Let's say in your time in Spain, what are some of the most memorable experiences you've had, right? Either on the pitch or maybe off the pitch.
No, I think okay, fine. So when I was with the second team in Real Betis as well, we got a promotion as well, and then we won a cup. So that is like something that I still keep with me. And then most of them happened when I moved to the first team, you know, playing among all these players, all these worthy players that we all know. I mean, they make things easier for you, right? So, and Pellegrini, we all know that he has always been a good coach. So, having all these people take you in, then you're doing something right. I mean, for me, I just keep those memories around, and good.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Finally, what would be your advice to young footballers? Because you also started out, you had to fight, shooting stars, and you got your opportunity. What would be your advice to young footballers who are probably listening to you and they have dreams of also getting to the very top?
No, I think you just need to put yourself together and then choose one thing that you want to do and then just focus on it, and then know how to comport yourself when you get the chance, obviously, because sometimes you might get the chance, but then without knowing much about things like this, you might lose it. So I think for me personally, I think when I got all those chances, I just had to go all in for it, and then just comporting myself and all that, and then work hard. Obviously, you just have to believe in yourself. That's the only thing for me. You have to believe in yourself, trust me, because sometimes, I face this problem sometimes in the Spanish league. I mean, it's normal. Sometimes you hear people criticizing you, but you just have to feel like, no, I'm better than you. So that's the only thing. Just keep believing in it.
I see. Yeah. Wow. I like that bit about, that part you said about criticism, because it is true. There are some people who obviously will think that you don't deserve the chance, you don't deserve to play, but you have to prove to them that you are deserving of the opportunity. Interesting. Maoli, thank you so much. So what will you be up to now that you are back home pre-season? What are you gonna be up to?
Just gonna watch my people in the World Cup, right, and then supporting our Ghanaians.
I see. What are your own expectations of Team Ghana?
Of Team Ghana?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think whoever the coach called up, means that he deserves to be there. So no comments about that. And then I strongly believe in my people as well. So
you believe that they'll be able to do something?
We all believe in the squad, right? So we've got friends in there. So we strongly believe in them, and then we know. Everybody wishes to be in the World Cup, right? So I think on that stage I don't think they will lay back not to give everything they have.
Okay, so, I see. What about your adopted country? You play in Spain. I don't know whether you are leaving Spain or not, but when you think about this Spanish team, I'm sure you've seen the call-ups. Just your impressions of the team. Do you think they have it in them to go all the way? Some people think that the favorites are Spain and France. Some people add Argentina, others add Portugal. Just your thoughts on the Spanish team. Do they look like a team that can go all the way?
One thing about the World Cup is unpredictable, right? You can never tell. So but obviously we know they have all these top players in there, and you never know. So for me, honestly, I don't know. I cannot tell because you can never tell what is going to happen. But obviously we know they have these good players around, which they are very dangerous. So from looking at teams, you can say no, these people they can worry a lot of people, but. At the end of the day, you know how football works. You never know.
Football's one very unpredictable sport.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Maoli, thank you so much for passing through. It was fun chatting with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking with Maoli Mensah, Ghanaian footballer in Spain. He's working on, I think you're working on a new move, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so he was with Betis, but he went on loan to Zaragoza. Went there for 6 months.
Yeah.
Let me get it right. It wasn't a loan. Was it a loan?
No, it was Betis was done, and then I went.
He went there for 6 months.
Transfer,
so be on the lookout. You never know where he'll pop up next, but just remember the name, Maoli Mensah. When he explodes in a few years or not too long from now, remember that Sporty FM interviewed him. Maoli, thank you so much. We wish you the very, very best. Enjoy your holidays and all the best ahead of the new season.
Thank you guys for having me.
Wonderful. Check is 9:59. We are just about wrapping it up here on the Sporty Breakfast. Just gone by was my sit down with Maoli Mensah. Ghanaian footballer who's in Spain. He just ended his spell with Real Zaragoza. Was with Real Betis, shuffled between the first team and Betis B, and then went to Zaragoza to get some play time. He says he's on the move. We'll find out his new club in a bit, but we wish him the very, very, very best. It's nice to see young Ghanaian footballers working and pushing and moving up. The life of a footballer is not an easy one, but you have to keep pushing. And as Marley said, if you're a young footballer who listens to this particular interview, you've got to persevere. You need self-belief. All right, that's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast. My name is Nathan Kwao. Many thanks for listening. I did this with Kelvin Owusu and Sir Michael Asai-Bredu. Earlier you heard Angela Mensah. We also had Coach Kwabena Danso on. Your calls came through